Hey guys, Marty here. Welcome back to Snappy Videos. Today I'm doing another 1 hour challenge, this time with Digimon Battle Spirit. It's a simple Digimon fighting game for the Game Boy Advance. And my idea is simple, 1 hour to beat the game. Can I do it? Will I struggle? Well, let's find out. So I launched the game and the intro is actually pretty cool considering this is on the Game Boy Advance and launched so many years ago. I chose Agumon for this run. I haven't played it in a while, so it's going to take me a little bit to remember the controls. I tried to hit Terriermon with the clock to freeze it, but I missed. He came up and I laid into his face with my Fists of Fury, knocking him off the edge so I could collect some of those little Orby boys. Then it bloody happened. Terriermon got me with the freezy clock, and I was frozen in the air. Luckily, he didn't take the opportunity to attack me. He started showing off to the ladies and doing some weights. So I saw this opportunity to scratch him up a little bit and get some more of those Orby boys. I didn't collect any of them as when I got there they had timed out. I'd worked out that Agumon could use Pepper Breath, and I wasn't very good with it just yet. The Digivolve Fairy had arrived. It was a race to touch its fairy wings and see who could Digivolve first. I missed it and it was on. Terriermon had Digivolved and it was a game of cat and mouse. I spent what seemed like forever running away from him, but I luckily managed not to get hit. When he turned back into Terriermon, I went back in to lay the beat down on this big-eared monster. I threw him across the map and collected the last couple of Orby boys before the timer ran out. But, did we win? Yeah, I did. It was 8-2. Agumon did his dance with his little maracas. We were about 3 minutes into the challenge and we were on to our second battle. This time, taking on another Agumon. I unleashed my smelly breath on him, then found myself a ball and threw it at his face. We spent a lot of time jumping around the map after each other, but I slowly managed to get some hits on him. I was mostly using Pepper Breath from as far as possible to avoid getting hit. This odd-coloured lizard didn't stand a chance. I Digivolved into War Greymon and absolutely destroyed him to take heaps more Orbalicious Orbitrons to secure a victory of 18-0. We did our little dance and proceeded to take on Vmon. This little blue guy got a couple of hits on us straight up. He really liked playing with his soccer ball, but we didn't come here to play. We came here for combat, which he also realised and got some good hits in on us. I hit him with Pepper Breath a few times and got a heap of his Orby boys. I laid into him with my scratchy claws, but then he Digivolved. I ran like the little scared dinosaur I was, but he managed to get some hits in and steal a heap of my balls. Poor Agumon was ballless and pissed. We went and laid into him some more, but would it be enough for our now castrated Agumon to win? The scores were in, and it was hat dancing time for Agumon. We managed to win 23-12. I was not confident and was super surprised at this point. We were moving on to our next battle. Sukamon had arrived to take us on, but then Flames came out of nowhere, and Impmon was here to destroy us. He is not going to be an easy opponent, guys. This is going to be interesting. Every orb you knock out of him flies back to him, so you have to be smart about how you're going to get them. I sat back with Pepper Breath to try and get as many as I could. I had ninja penguins trying to remove my tail everywhere I went. I got burnt by Impmon, then it was time to Digivolve, but I was getting attacked from every side. It was a race to pull the fairy's tail to Digivolve, but I made it. War Greymon was here to destroy Impmon, and then we beat the bejeebers out of Impmon's Anus, and the battle was over. Look at that team, we won 21-6. Impmon was no more. I was so surprised with this win. Wormmon was here and he wanted nothing but pain, suffering, and chocolate milkshakes. Agumon was here to show him that we don't make milkshakes for strangers, and we meant business. The battle started, and I was hit straight away by Bakemon. I tried to throw a stone at him, but I missed. I laid into him with our most smelly breath to get a few of his blue balls. I beat him in his worm face and it was really starting to seem one-sided. This is going to be pretty easy. The Digivolve was here, it's fairy touching time. Well, for Wormmon at least, he got there first. I ran like a little baby and tried to avoid him. We had 20 seconds left. He was back to being a little worm and I was throwing everything at this guy. The battle was over, the points were tallied, and as expected, we slaughtered that little worm. Renamon came out next to take us on in 2 minutes of digital pain. I tried my tactic that had worked so far, Pepper Breath from a distance, but he was smarter than that and half the time it didn't go as well for our little Aguman. I managed to get a few Orby boys, but he was blocking a lot of my shots. I ended up being able to fondle the fairy, and in return, he Digivolved me into a warfighting machine. Now we were Optimus Prime, we took the fight back to Renamon and stole so many more of his blue balls. He was really good at blocking us again, the battle was over, and it was dancing time for Aguman. We won by a lot. The next battle was against our little red dragon friend, basically like Agumon but with stripes and a tail. I hit him with a barrage of Pepper Breaths and managed to keep him away from me for quite a while. I collected a few of this red dragon's blue balls and took a bit of a bounce around the map. I played scratch and sniff with him and then managed to Digivolve. We smashed into him and collected a load of Orbeez before the battle was over. It was time to see how we went. I was feeling confident, but I've done this in other games before and lost by a lot. It's crazy guys, but it happens. But it was 29-0, we destroyed him and did our little dance. Guys, we're about 15 minutes into this challenge and we're up to the boss, Millenniumon. This is it, the last battle, but it's super hard to defeat him. He's hard to hit as a rookie and he does some pretty crazy attacks and he's got several different attacks he does. But we're on a roll and we aren't here to mess around, it's time. We're going to have to step this up. He attacked us, but luckily the fairy came, touched us in the right way, and we came back to life. We have 4 minutes on the clock. I unleashed so many pepper breaths at him before I had to hide from his attacks. I threw a rock at him, but our aim is absolutely terrible and he flew away. He launched his fire at us, which missed. And when he came back, I managed to hide under the platform from his lasers. He got us in his black ball of slowing doom. He hit us with his fire, as we were a lot slower because of this black ball. I came back at this big guy with attacks and touched a fairy to Digivolve. I shot him and he changed color. He went purple. This could be it. I kept smashing him. He changed colors again. The music changed. We're about to turn back into little old Agumon. But then I laid the smackdown on his ass and he lost. We took out the top spot and we defeated him. Well guys, that was an amazing challenge. It took just under 20 minutes to finish the whole game. I noticed afterwards it was actually set to easy, which would explain some of the Digimon not really scoring. So because of this, I'm going to take it on again, on hard. If I've already released it by the time you're watching this, check it out here. Otherwise, why not subscribe so you don't miss it and check out this other video. And I'll see you guys in another amazing Digimon video.